Hello, namaste. It's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to share some guidance for Monday and Tuesday. I just did two boo-boos. First of all, I was going live and just talking away and realised I wasn't actually live at all. So then I realised I've gone live on my private profile. So I quickly deleted. So here I am, I think, in the right place. Hello, Alison. Lovely to see you. It is an absolutely gorgeous morning here. It's not that warm, but the sun's out, so I'm happy. It's Monday morning here. I'm coming to you live from Tasmania, Australia, and it's exactly 10:12 a.m. Beautiful. I've just finished sharing and hosting and connecting with our beautiful Pillar of Light family for an amazing healing journey. So big waves to all of you who have come over and connected with this video too. It was an incredible experience. I'll certainly be connecting with it and making some notes myself personally. So it's wonderful. So I'm here to share some guidance for Monday and Tuesday. That's Monday the 3rd and Tuesday the 4th of September. I trust that you're travelling well and you haven't been knocked about too much. It has been an interesting weekend, so we'll see what comes up anyway for Monday and Tuesday. So extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. You help me be able to do my work full time, and I'm very, very grateful, so thank you. If you're new to watching, welcome. What I'm going to be doing is using my Speed of Light Oracle cards, and I'm looking for the best card for Monday, the best card for Tuesday, and the best card for the theme for Monday and Tuesday. I'm not doing personal requests for guidance here today. This is general guidance for everyone, so I trust that you've been led here for a reason. I trust something shared will be helpful and supportive for you, so just take on board what feels right, what resonates, and let the rest go. Let's let ourselves be surprised. So let's get straight into it. I'm looking for the best card for Monday, the 3rd of September. So Monday the 3rd, if it's not Monday for you yet, you can think of this as guidance in advance. So Monday the 3rd, we'll go with this card right here. We've got Expression, card 31. It says communication, listen, share, deliver, and trust. So if we're noticing communication issues or a bit of tenseness or what's the word? Tenseness in the air. I've just totally lost my mind. It's totally left my mind. But, you know, where the air's a bit thick, if you notice a bit of tension in communications, then it might be worth, how would we approach that? Depending on the situation, some of us may feel like we need to get clarity first in our own heart and get clear about how we feel, or what we need to say, what we need to do before we actually step up and speak it, especially if we're a bit tender, a bit fragile in speaking up and saying how we feel. If we feel maybe in the past that we've been shut down or that we don't feel safe to express our truth or to say how we feel, then we might feel a little bit anxious or a little bit hesitant in communicating and clearing the air. So for some of us, and sometimes it is valuable for us to sit with how we feel first, write down how we feel in our journal and get really clear within ourselves about how we feel, what's not working for us, what steps might need to be taken, and get real clear inside so that when we're in the communication, we're not going blank or forgetting how we feel, or you know, sometimes that happens when we're in those sorts of moments. So it might be helpful for us to really sit with how we feel and work out, get the clarity on that first before clearing the air. Having said that too, though, sometimes we don't have that opportunity. So we just need to sort of take some deep breaths and sit in those moments. And if we need space, we need space so we can get that clarity. So communications may be a little bit like we're on plugged into different systems at the moment in some areas of our life. This may be quite evident on Monday. So let's trust what we feel we need to say. Let's express ourselves as honestly and clearly as we can. Expressing's not just limited to words though. We might feel more comfortable to express through written word or express through song or poetry or something creative or body movement. And really it's about expressing what we're digesting, what we're uncovering, what we're discovering within ourselves. So it may not necessarily be air that needs to be cleared between us and another person. It can simply be us understanding and listening to how we really feel inside and communicating more effectively and honestly with ourselves, and then expressing that energy, that stuff that may have been bottled up inside of us for a while. So expressing will be a way to get that energy out. So it may not have anything to do with another person. We may not need to involve any other people with it. It might just simply be a personal communication, listening and expressing what's been bottled up inside. And to trust on Monday, trust in what we need to say, trust in the steps that we take in our life, trust in our intuition, trust in how we feel, even if it's an uncomfortable feeling sometimes. Let's trust in it, and as we fully feel that feeling, it's going to flow to the next feeling. So let's remember to feel our way forward and let this horrible feeling, as we feel it honestly, let it move into the next less horrible feeling, and then that flows into the next even less horrible feeling, and we start feeling a little bit better and calmer as the energy moves on. So let's let those emotions be in motion and feel our way forward. It's all part of communicating and part of expressing who we are, whether it's to another person or not. It's very much an internal thing. That's the guidance for Monday. I trust that makes sense for you. Let's now look for the best card for Tuesday, the 4th of September. So Tuesday the 4th, we'll see. I trust that the best card that is the most helpful for the majority of us will find its way to the top of the deck. So we'll go with this card here. Oh, it's the Cobra. It's a featured card. It has further instructions here which say to take the top card from the deck. Here, we're the dolphin. The dolphin and the Cobra. What an interesting, cute pair. Okay, so these two cards have come up for a reason for Tuesday. We're going to look at them together. Oh, actually, we're going to look at them separately. Pause. What are you doing? We're going to look at them separately, first, and then look at their relationship together. The Cobra card 9, Cobra Bite. It says sting, shock, truth and illusion. This talks about something taking us by surprise on Tuesday, and this may be something we might see in the positive, a good thing, or something we may see as a not so good thing. This being shared is not being shared to generate fear. In fact, knowing this in advance might take the shock or the surprise from it, which might be a good thing, like mute that intensity. But there's something potentially that might happen for some of us on Tuesday that the purpose is to help us align further with our truth. So something may take us by surprise. Now this other card's going to give us more information about that. Card 10, action taking. It says move on, horizon, forward and let go. This came up the other day, last week in one of the days, and it says to let the sun set on old parts of our life, old parts of ourselves that aren't working. And yes, old parts of ourselves. There might be parts of our personality, parts of our own insecurities, our own fear that may be being revealed right now, and they might not be comfortable things to look at. So let's let those parts of ourselves go. We don't need to keep governing ourselves and our life around such flaws or such negativity that we may be holding in some negative loop or negative pattern or habit that we've gotten into. So as things have been revealed about us, that we don't like, that don't resonate with our truth or who we want to be, we can let them go. So let's let the sun set on those parts of ourselves and parts of our life that aren't working right now. So as we let the sun set, then the sun's going to be able to rise on the new dawn, on the new day, on the new you, the new us that wants to shine brighter than it did before. There's a lot of action and movement in this card. So this says that it's very supportive to take action on Tuesday, to move forward, to make changes, to close doors, to implement changes that we want to make. So let's look at these two together. For some of us, this may be something that takes us by surprise, that may require us to move on and close an old door in our life. For some of us, this may be talking about a truth that's been revealed about who we are. So we can let that part of ourselves go and shine a little bit brighter on the new dawn, or open a new door in our life or with ourselves. So there's a couple of different angles we can look at with these cards. So just see what stands out for you and what is relevant as you go through your Tuesday. So that's Tuesday's guidance for us. Let's look for the theme now. The theme card will help us bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture for Monday and Tuesday. So let's see. It's absolutely beautiful here. It really feels like a spring morning. The sun is divine. So the theme card is this, Overlapping Worlds, card 23. It says reception, senses, beacon, frequency and veil. This talks about change. It talks about being in the middle of change now. And being in the middle of change is uncomfortable. If we think having the courage to make change is uncomfortable, being in the middle of change is probably equally as uncomfortable. But it also means that we're moving through it. So it feels to me with this card that we're in the middle of change, like we're in the washing machine being thrown around. We're in the currents, in the places where the rivers meet, and where all the current and the water and the tide are pushing and pulling, and there's this pushing and pulling and movement and uncomfortable feeling in the body. Some of us have been quite ill physically over this last week. So there's been a lot of pushing and pulling happening in the body. There's a lot of change that's been taking place. A lot of stuff going on an emotional level and a mental level as we're pushed and pulled at. As one moment we might have clarity, yes, we want to do that. Next minute we may be completely uncertain. We don't know what we're going to do. So there's an interesting, unstable, chaotic, scattered sort of energy around in general for a lot of us, but something that we can work with. So this card also says that we might be quite sensitive. Our senses may be quite on alert, if you like, over Monday and Tuesday. So it's really pay attention to our intuition, how we feel, what we're sensing, what we know to be right. Everything at the moment is being weighed up against or aligned with or decided upon based on our truth and our honesty and our authenticity. So we've been stripping a lot of our layers back that have been covering up our authenticity. We've been stripping those back for months, and we're getting now to the fine parts, the refined bits, the detailed parts of refinement. So anything that doesn't match up with our truth is really getting our attention right now. Whether they're our own flaws in our own character, our own personality, our own way of living and thinking. None of us are perfect. We have flaws that are probably getting our attention right now. There might be people in our life, situations in our life that just we don't gel with right now. So things are being shaken up because things that aren't in alignment with our truth and our authenticity and how we want to be living are getting our attention. So there's a loudness, there's a sensitivity at the moment. We're being tossed around. We're in the middle of change. So let's keep having the courage to feel our way through it. Let's keep having the courage to continue to align with our truth, our integrity, living genuinely and authentically. That has to be a priority. It has to be. Otherwise, we're just going to be fooling ourselves or going back to the same old habits and the same old traps that have been holding us in a lie or holding us in illusion. We have to choose truth. And our life will change because of it. We will change because of it. So every day, if we can make sure that we're as aligned with our truth and our authenticity as possible, then we are living it. The next day, a little bit more of our lack of truth or a lack of living authentically may be revealed and may strip away. As long as we can align with it as best as we can and as fully as possible every day, every moment, then we are living it. And even a little white lie counts. No little white lies. We've got to stop doing that. We have to stop lying to ourselves. We have to be true to ourselves, to our core, whether we're in a private moment with ourselves or whether we're in a public moment with 100 people and anything in between. We have to live authentically every breath we take, every private or public moment that we're in. And anything that isn't aligned with that is getting our attention right now. So it takes a lot of courage to see the truth. It takes a lot of courage to live the truth. Sometimes the easier path we might think is to go the inauthentic route and pretend and wear that mask and not be ourselves. But when we commit to our truth and living with integrity, then that other option is not an option. It's not even in the equation. We can only choose our path of truth. So are you living your path of truth? Are you pretending in some ways? Are you wearing a mask or a disguise in some situations? Are you hiding yourself? Are you not being honest with who you are? Are you telling little white lies just to people please? It will not do anymore. We have to stop. So lots of truth and integrity coming through. Our theme here is that we're in the middle of change, and that all that change is stripping back illusion and aligning us further with our truth. So I trust that makes sense to you and resonates. Just take on board what felt right, what resonates, what you're curious about, and let the rest go. Anything that sparked thought or anything you've been thinking about lately that's come up that I've talked about, then pay attention to it. It's trying to tell you something. And sometimes when we're in the middle of change, it's very difficult to find the clarity because we're kind of in the middle of that washing machine and everything's a bit foggy and a bit misty and it's a bit hard to tell what's going on. So, you know, pay attention to the things that stand out and the feelings that you feel, the things that you notice people are doing a lot of, or people are saying a lot, or you're saying a lot, because they're all pointing you to the truth so that you can keep moving forward, if you like. These songs that you hear on the radio all the time, there's probably a message in there, a word or a sentence, something that, or a feeling that that song brings up is why it keeps playing or why it keeps showing up. Let's notice all these repetitive things because they're pointing us in the direction that we need to take. So keep going, don't give up. It's not a comfortable time right now. It's not comfortable at all. So let's step up, support ourselves, and feel our way forward and be completely honest with ourselves at all times. Let's not waver from that one moment, but keep stripping back the illusion and align further with the truth. And our truth will be personal. Just because my truth is my truth doesn't mean it has to be your truth too. Our truths are personal to me. So the way I feel about my truth and what's authentic to me right now is right for me because I know I'm fully living it. I don't need to defend it or justify it, make excuses for it, because I'm living it, I'm being it now. But tomorrow there might be just something that I didn't realise today that needs to be stripped back so I can get even further and further embrace and embody my truth and who I am in that authentic way. So let's try not to judge each other. Let's try and just live our own truth ourselves and concentrate on that. So thanks so much for connecting. It's quite important information, I feel, and quite deep for anyone that wants to take it deeply. but important. So thanks for connecting. If you did enjoy the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to, and if you want to connect more privately, just send us a message through our website. So today I've used my Speed of Light Oracle cards. These are my own creation, and if you want to learn more about them, please have a look on my website at templeofbalance.com.au. Just a reminder that in 1 week's time, next Monday, the 10th of September, I will be taking 2 weeks off. I will be going offline for 2 weeks. I will be sharing a guidance video. My intention at this time is to share a guidance video for the first week. So I'll do a whole week, and then the second week you will be able to support yourselves. You have the tools. You don't need to rely on this guidance. And then I'll be back the week after for those of you who enjoy it. Corey will be will still be doing orders and posting out, and he'll be still checking emails, but I won't be online. I have scheduled posts for the 2 weeks ahead, so you'll still see posts from me, but I won't be here. That's one of the great things about Facebook. We can schedule posts at any time, so that support can be there, but I don't need to physically be there. So that's coming up next week. Also, I wanted to ask, a lot of you have asked about, I play the trumpet in a concert band, and a lot of you have asked me to play the trumpet live and stuff like that, which I'm certainly not ever going to be doing because it's not an instrument that I would like to play live for you. But we do have our state championships on Saturday. That's this Saturday, the 8th, I think it is, of September, and there will be a live stream of that, and I will happen to be sitting right on the edge of the band. So is anyone interested in me sharing a link to the live stream for our concert band's participation in the state championships? We'll be playing 4 songs, so just let me know if you do, and I'll share that link up for anyone who might be interested over the next few days. I'll be tying up things this week, preparing for my 2 weeks break, so you'll hear from me patrons today or tomorrow, and I'll be creating the healing event. I'll be tying up a lot of things this week so that I have peace of mind to take 2 weeks off. I think that's all I really need to say. So thanks again for watching and connecting and spending this time with me today. I trust it's been helpful and supportive for you. So sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. I will do my best to be back to share with you on Wednesday. So until next time, be well and keep living your truth, no matter what. Your truth, your integrity, but always question it, because once you believe your truth to be something everyone has to believe, you're setting it in stone, and that means you're turning your truth into a belief. A belief is something that you want to defend. A belief is something that you want to set in stone, that this is just the way it is, and it is inflexible. It doesn't have room for growth. So if your truth becomes a belief, then question that. Always check in with your truth and make sure it continues and still resonates with you. Evolve it. Allow it to grow into a deeper truth for you. Sometimes our truths don't resonate anymore. We can let them go. If we're holding on and we don't want to let them go, they've become a belief. There's a big difference between a belief and a truth. So just a last little tip there. Thank you for connecting, and have a great rest of your day. Lots of love and namaste.